I'm okay. I'm totally fine.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Topic Tuesday, where I discuss my thoughts on a specific topic while you enjoy me drawing a related image in time-lapse. Today's topic is about my fan comic, called Narahina Chronicles, or NHC for short. I started this in 2008. I was a couple of years out of college. I'd been studying filmmaking and making TV programs and films and such. And I was looking for work, and I still hadn't found any. And I'd been drawing for years, and I'd touched on comics a lot, because more DC and Marvel style. But I was so into manga and anime, I started drawing those as well. And I was watching a lot of anime, specifically Naruto. And I don't know, I kind of fell for the characters a lot, and I liked Hinata, and I was looking online for fan art and such, which I enjoyed, and I enjoyed reading fan comics. I'd never really done fan comics before. Well, you know, I usually kind of come up with original stuff, you know, and I was doing a lot of writing at the time as well. But I was starting to feel my skills in filmmaking were starting to kind of rust over a bit. And I was trying to, like, one of the things that you do in filmmaking is storyboards. And I like comics. So I thought, you know what, comics are a good thing to do to practice storyboards. You know, you use them as your camera. You know, you'll have your characters, and you can write things as well, and it'll keep my skills sharp while I look for work and such. Anyway, while I was looking at this fan art, I came across a Narahina date comic, and I thought, you know what, I'd like to draw something like this, you know, just kind of a practice. But I didn't want to just jump straight into a date. I wanted to explore the reasons behind it. You know, how did they get from being friends to having a date, when in the manga at the time, you know, they were barely interacting, you know, even if they were cute and stuff, you know. And this wasn't including the fillers, you know, because I think at the time we'd already gone through most of the fillers, especially the one with they're looking for the beetle, and, you know, with Hinata in the you know, the shadow dancing at the lake at night. But yeah, so I wanted to explore that. So I thought, you know, I'll make up a little something to get them together, to kind of have it that, you know, he ended up kissing her, and that he kind of ended up with a crush on her rather than Sakura, and it confused him. And I don't know, I ended up doing this picnic date, and people were like, oh, this is really interesting, you know, it's like really good. I mean, I was really just sketching around. It was just kind of practice for me, drawing comics, because I was learning that. It was practice on storyboarding, practice on writing, and which still is today. You know, it's always been a practice for me on how to draw, how to put the angles in, and I've still got a lot to learn to do that, because I keep thinking as a camera more than as an artist, because there's a lot of camera angles that you can't do in a live action thing. You know, you can do it in animation, you can do it in comics, but you can't really do it with a real camera without some difficulty. I'm sure you can to a degree, but you kind of think in that way, in that, you know, how can you do it where the camera will be set up? So, but I kept going, and it was like, okay, I did the date, people are enjoying this, but what next? So I thought, you know, I'll develop a little bit more. So I wanted to develop their relationship, but I thought, I've never done action really before in comics, so I'll draw some action. So I ended up having the characters that were in the original chapter as the bad guys come back. I developed them a bit more because originally they were just going to be kind of random characters, but I decided, you know, I'll just give them these backstories, and they fit, and people were enjoying it. So I just kept going, and I kept going, and I just kept coming up with new ideas. And the more chapters I did, the more people liked it, and the more I was getting into making comics. I really started to enjoy it, so I wanted to start focusing on it a bit more. Now, at this point, drawing had always been a hobby, and so I really didn't study art, and I hadn't really kind of decided to get better. I mean, I'd been drawing since I was in primary school or elementary school, you know, and it had always been just a hobby. It was always cartoons. It was all, you know, stuff like Asterix, you know, that kind of comics style, you know, so it was like Disney and stuff. I mean, I'd love cartoons, but you know, but drawing realistically was always a problem for me. So I just kind of, because I didn't really want to go too far with it, I was always drawing like Sonic, and I was always drawing Asterix type characters, you know, those really cartoony ones. But when I was in college, I was really getting into manga and anime a bit more, although I was still quite into DC and Marvel. And when I was a kid, I was always doing Marvel and DC superhero characters, or I mean, I even sent something off to Marvel when I was a kid. It was terrible, terrible stuff. It was really bad, but they sent a really nice letter back saying, you know, I'm sorry, this time we can't accept it, but please keep going, you know, and hopefully in the future, maybe if you take this on, and you know, we'll hear from you again. And that actually gave me quite a bit of a drive to continue with my writing more than anything, because I wanted to be a film writer, you know, write movies, write TV series. More TV series than films, because films you get limited with. You know, you have to kind of do a whole story in between 60 to 120 minutes usually, you know. And that was a bit, I felt that was a bit too much to do. I mean, these days I don't think it's as bad as you can make it. It's just, it can be difficult, but with a TV series you can spread a movie concept across 12 to 24 episodes, depending on the run of your series. But then you still need good writing for each episode. And I still do like that. I mean, I do write occasionally episodic scripts, not and mainly movie scripts though, when I got the time. But I do want to go into TV or film one day maybe. But writing comics was quite easy, and it's good practice in writing movies and episodic chapters. And that's what NHC became for me. It became the practice continually, but it also became my route into making something and seeing how far I can take it, and gain people who like my work, you know, so that when I do original stuff like Valley of Angels or Onagi, which I do need to get back on, you know, make some original stuff and see what they like. I mean, they haven't done as well, but they have done quite well, so I do want to get back to them. But I've got like tons of comics that I've written over the years, and it will continue to go on. I'll probably create more stuff, whether it gets released or not, I don't know. I mean, it all depends on what people want to see me make. But with NHC, I'm writing it, I'm still writing it, and I'll probably be writing it for a good while, because I've got still tons of ideas to put into the script, and I've learnt a lot just from making it, what I've liked and what I've regretted putting in it. I mean, there are, people's critiques and opinions. They've all come to help. They've all helped me grow, I believe. It's helped with my art style. It's helped with my ability to form storylines and to gauge what people actually want to see over just coming up with a story and thinking, oh, everybody will enjoy this, but I don't want to hear that they don't. So everybody, and NHC is for everybody. Everybody's helped me. Everybody who's commented has helped me develop NHC. Everybody who's read it has helped me keep going with NHC. So however long it goes on, it is the readers that have gotten it this far. So everybody's kind of a bit of a help with this, and that's why I love reading the comments. Even if I don't reply to them, I read every single comment as much as I can on what I've done wrong, what I've done right, what people get excited for, what people think about it. So I mean, people say that oh, they hate my cliffhangers because I pull out 2 pages a day or something. And it's like, and that's something I've learned, that people do like that, and it's that every page or every couple of pages has to be a bit of a cliffhanger. It's like, oh, you have to be dragged to the next page, and that's what NHC has helped me develop, is that idea that every time I post a couple of pages, people are reading it and they want to go on to the next page. You can't make every page a cliffhanger or every chapter end with a cliffhanger, but you got to do your best to do that, or at least leave them with something that wants them to continue on. And if I put that into TV and film, I can say that about every scene. Every scene you want people to be satisfied and not confused, but at the same time you want them to stick around. One scene with one person could help them stick around for 2 or 3 scenes, wanting to know when you go back to them what happened. Or you watch one scene and it cuts through another one and people are like, oh no, I wanted to see what that one was, so they have to get through that scene. But then you read that scene, you watch that scene or read that scene, and you want to watch the next bit. So, and that's what, and NHC, as I said, has helped me develop that, and it's why I continue it. It's why I will continue it, and why I've enjoyed it for so long. I mean, next year it's coming up for 10 years that I've been drawing it. I mean, that's a hell of a long time, and it's a lot of pages, and I think it's been well worth it, and I hope to do it for a long more time. So that's my thought on the matter. If you would like to leave your own thoughts on this topic, tell me your process of creating a fan comic if you make them, or why do you like reading fan comics? What makes you go on DeviantArt or onto Pixiv or any of these sites to look at fan-made comics, whether it be normal ones or adult ones. What drives you to think, oh, I like this series, I want to read non-official stories? What drives you to write them or read them? For me, I just simply like doing them to celebrate the comic itself, or just to see things that in it from a different perspective. That's me. But if you like it, or you just simply want to say hi or anything at all, comment below in the comment section of this video. I will read them, and I'll enjoy to hear what you think on this topic. And if you have anything that you want me to talk about, any topics you want me to start, again, comment below. You'll also find in the description, my social media where all the links are. And if you like the video, please leave a like by hitting the thumbs up. And if you would like to keep up to date on when I post a video, then feel free to hit that subscribe button. But for now, thank you and enjoy your day.